players of the people who are going to Bose, and they put them on an all-star team, and they were going to face the people who won the Super Bowl last year.
And they have to be All-Americans and all that.
There's a lot of goofy-looking people.
He is a college all-star. Different things to different kids, but to everyone, a hero. To some, they may look goofy. To some, they're all-American. And some don't really know who they are, but they gather every summer in Chicago for the Chicago Tribune Charities annual All-Star Game. Training camp provides a moment's adulation and a test. No longer college stars, they are the college all-star team, preparing to face the world champion Dallas Cowboys. Quarterback Jerry Taggy spoke of what the all-stars would try to do.
Any pro team uses a 4-3 defense, and this leaves a sprint option play, kind of a good offensive weapon. And this is one of the most basic plays that is run in college. The pros don't use this type of offense because they don't like to involve the quarterback in fear of he's getting hurt. But it's something that I've been doing for the last 4 years, and I haven't had any troubles or injuries due to it. So the things that I've been doing best the last 4 years is what we're going to do against the Cowboys.
All right, get it ready.
For the first time, we have a college coach, and he just happened to be my coach, Coach Bob Devaney, and I think this system is going to be very advantageous because the hardest thing to do in a game such as this is teach a quarterback the entire system. And having played with the system for the last 4 years, I think I've got pretty good knowledge, and I kind of know what Coach Devaney's thinking and the rest of the coaches are thinking. This is going to help us get some points on the board.
Nebraska's Bob Devaney is one of college football's most successful coaches. Meticulous attention to detail has brought him this success. On the last day of practice, Devaney ran the team through kicking drills. Against the Cowboys, a team must be prepared from the opening kickoff.
Start out covering in your lanes and keep your spacing here right now. Okay? You can't come down too far, because if you do, then they're going to come from the outside line. Okay, are you ready? Go! Go! Okay, let's get the down here kicking points after touchdown, the number 1 point after touchdown team, field goal team. Step to your position so we see you're stepping right. This time back in the huddle here. Just a sec. Come on back in. All right, this time we'll work the fake quick, pass right. Okay, fake kick, pass right.
If you don't get it, that's over, you're done.
All right, okay.
Come on, Chester.
All right. Tomorrow morning we'll eat at 9:30. So get your stuff packed that you want to take downtown to Sherman Hotel. We'll leave about 10:30 to go down there tomorrow. Are there any questions on that now? And listen, you don't have to stay up till 11:30 tonight. You don't have to do anything, and just get yourself ready to play in the ball game. You've had good practice sessions. We're going to get that job done. Let's go!
Soldier Field, site of the 39th annual All-Star Game, begins to fill. In the All-Star locker room, the tension builds.
It's about 7:15 right now.
Former Packer great and assistant All-Star coach Willie Davis described what each All-Star was thinking.
The main thing on the All-Stars' mind is really, can they really beat a pro team? And obviously they're going to be a little awed by it. You just hope that something happens in the first couple of minutes of the ball game that convinces them that they can win. I think that we cannot really coach them against the things that they fear. You can prepare them to play, but you can't play for them. Whether they play well is yet to be decided.
How well would they play tonight? Each man readied himself. eager young all-stars preparing to face proud pros. Eager young men not facing just any pro football team, but the best, the world champion Dallas Cowboys. In the locker room, Coach Devaney gave last-minute instructions.
I know that every guy here wants to win real badly. We're all accustomed to winning, and we know how much more fun it is to win-lose. And you can do it if you go out there and just keep going. And you can't lose your temper. You can't lose your poise. We're with you all the way, and we're going to get that job done. Let's block! Hey, let's block! Let's block! Get it out of the way! All the way! All the way! No! Go! 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 Come on now.
One issue to be settled in this game was the option series. It would be tested by football's finest defense. On the first play from scrimmage, quarterback Taggy, number 14, the key man in the option, ran for 15 yards and began to move the All-Stars. But then a drastic mistake. A Taggy teammate at Nebraska, Jeff Kinney, number 33, carried for another first down. But the play was nullified by a penalty, and forced to throw, the Doomsday defense came crashing down on Taggy. For most of the remainder of the game, Dallas doomed the option and contained the all-star offense. The option, said Devaney after the game, will not revolutionize professional football. Still, when the All-Stars stuck with their game plan, there were successes. The sprint-out option pass was the All-Stars' most effective weapon, and running quarterback Taggy occasionally flashed free. The pros have, for the most part, ignored the option because it endangers the quarterback. On this night, Taggy was very much in danger. On defense, the college All-Stars proved the equal of the Cowboys when it came to hitting, and early in the game stopped the intricate and artistic Cowboy attack with hard-nosed basic football. The Cowboys' first offensive was stopped when Tom Darden, number 37, intercepted a deflected pass and returned it 29 yards. But then another mistake. Taggy's arms were pinned and his attempted pitch rolled just out of his reach and to the Cowboys. Dallas quarterback Roger Staubach turned to the air again, and this time there was no deflection. Only Bob Hayes in 34 yards. Successful going long, Staubach tried for Gloucester Richardson, but the All-Stars got a break. Twice burned, the All-Star defensive backs were ready for Lance Alworth. The Cowboys were stopped for the second time, but also for the second time, Taggy turned the ball over. Mel Renfro's interception on the All-Star 30 resulted in just a field goal, as the defense held for the third time in the first quarter. Dallas had been in All-Star territory 3 times, yet had only 3 points. The main reason for this was the All-Stars' ability to contain the artful dodger, Roger Staubach, number 12. Only once did he escape for any appreciable amount of time, and then only to throw an illegal forward pass. It was not until the second quarter that Staubach made his first appreciable gain, but it started a Staubach-spurred Cowboy drive. Near All-Star territory again, he eluded a tough rush and hit Billy Truax. When the All-Stars became pass-conscious, Staubach sent Walt Garrison on line thrusts. But Dallas came up just short and had a critical third down. It was another Staubach evasion episode that got it. But this was to be Staubach's last play. 6 plays earlier, he had been knocked woozy, and Craig Morton replaced him. Now a big piece of the Dallas offense was gone. For while both men have strong arms, Morton is not the runner Staubach is. The Dallas offense never missed a beat. After Morton overthrew Calvin Hill to warm up, he hit Ron Sellers for an 18-yard score. Sellers' great catch brought on a 10-0 Cowboy advantage. Turnovers had hurt, but the All-Stars knew they belonged. They had faced the NFL's best and stood their ground. In the second half, they would mature even more. The start of the second half was remarkably similar to the first, as Taggy ran for 17 on the All-Stars' first play from scrimmage. Unfortunately, the sacking of Taggy and a turnover also were the same. Morton pounced on the mistake and from the 24 hit Bob Hayes. A repeat shows Hayes had cleanly beaten the young secondary, yet still had to make a bobbling catch. Having given up a quick score at the beginning of the second half and trailing by 17, the All-Stars would have been forgiven for losing heart. But the eager young All-Stars did not give up. Instead, they summoned their strength and lashed back at the Cowboys. At first, they tried to get back in the game too quickly. The experienced Cowboy secondary would allow no quick strike. Unable to hit on the long pass, the All-Stars returned to their game plan. Quick-hitting runs and short pops in the middle. Though Riley Odoms dropped this one, Taggy stuck to the plan. He used game-leading receiver Mike Ciani and Glenn Dowdy, number 22, on quick slants. He mixed in Bob Newhouse runs and hit Franco Harris swinging out of the backfield. At the end of a brilliantly run drive, a pass to Bob Moore covered to the Cowboys 30, but again, a mistake hurt. Trying the option, a pitch to Moore cost 11 yards. Chester Markle from Tiny Hillsdale College tried a 49-yard field goal, but it was blocked. If the Cowboys scored another touchdown, the game would be over. And Morton went right at them, hitting Sellers for 26. But that's as close as they got. First, Tom Myers nailed Dwayne Thomas, -6. Then Mike Kadish and Pete Lazatich nailed Morton, -8. Willie Buchanan blanketed Sellers, and the Cowboys had to settle for 3 to lead 20-0. As they had for most of the game and would for the remainder, the All-Star defense played tenacious, containing, and often brilliant defense in holding one of pro football's offensive machines to 20 points. At the start of the fourth quarter, the All-Stars trailed by 20, but there was time to use what they had already learned this night.
Yeah, right here. If you run a 51-59, you're going to discourage them on that blitz, see? Because they're playing man-to-man when they blitz. See, they're playing man-to-man. Now, if you got, say you got second down, say you got second down and 7 or something, then you might think of the scissors there, okay? Is that linebacker keeping you off that tackle? Or just slam down on that tackle? The tackle's playing farther inside probably than what we thought he would be. Bob? Come here, Bob. All right, tell him to call those automatics louder, and you got to listen to it. You got to listen.
You guards, if you run a counter sweep, get depth, because we got to come flatter and help. Right down. They penetrate. That's where they hurt us on the
The linebacker on the inside of the Gandhi or on the outside?
He's in both positions. He's going to try to get you to forget about Andre on the pass. He's going to act like he's going to stun in there, but he's not coming.
It was time to fight back fatigue, time to prove toughness. For their last run at the Cowboys, Devaney chose not to go with his college quarterback, Taggy. Instead, he went with Heisman Trophy winner Auburn's Pat Sullivan. Said to be too small to be a pro quarterback, Sullivan showed the Cowboys just how tall he was, and he began dealing aces. Bob Newhouse, drafted by the Cowboys, turned in the game's longest run against his future teammates. But again, the All-Stars ran into tough luck. Sullivan's long pass to Moore was just out of bounds. In his anxiety to turn upfield, Kinney dropped a pass. A pass to Doughty just failed to get the score. The All-Stars faced a 4th down on the Dallas 12, their last chance to prove that they were indeed pros.
Big down, let's go! Ball game, right here, let's go! All right, defense, let's go now, let's go! Big play, let's go, come on! Intercept! Come on, watch it, roll out here, look! They got hold there, let's go! Brought down by Renfro. I can't believe he cries a great catch. That's a great catch. Go, Pat! Let's go! Come on, Genie!
Let's go now! Come on, let's block!
Where you go?
Let's go! Sorry, didn't get you in there quicker. But we'll still get her done. Let's go. We did a fine job. We did a fine job. Let's go. Let's go.
Sullivan was named this year's most valuable player, but more importantly, he and all the All-Stars had proven they had what it takes to be pros. Reggie McKenzie had spent the evening nose-to-nose with Dallas All-Pro Bob Lilly. The experience he got on this night is what the All-Star game is all about.
I'm learning a whole hell of a lot, I know that. Yeah, he got real quick feet. Big man like that, real quick. I'm learning a whole lot. I'll be ready for him the next time, though.
Reggie McKenzie will be ready the next time. Every member of this year's college All-Star team will be ready. This is the spirit of the All-Star game. Eager young men facing proud pros. Eager young men in their first test, learning and growing as football players and as men. That's what the college All-Star game is all about.
Great job preparing them. Really
Well, I tell you, we couldn't get things together, and you guys are a fine football team.
Thank you. Good luck to you.
Bragg, it's good luck to you. Good job.
Enjoyed being around you.
Pat.
Thank you. Appreciate
You did
it.
a hell
Coach,
of a
enjoyed,
job.
I enjoyed being around
I'm
you.
real sorry we didn't. I made a
Oh,
mistake
no.
on that. I mean it.
No, Coach, you didn't.
I know it's easy to second guess, but you did a great job. You really moved that team.